Have you ever found yourself standing in the middle of a room, wondering how something as simple as bending over to pick up a dropped sock suddenly feels like climbing a mountain? Or maybe you've gone to make a cup of tea and realized, halfway through, that you already boiled the water an hour ago? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and more importantly, it's okay. Living alone in your golden years can be a beautiful, liberating experience. For many, it's a time to reconnect with ourselves, embrace quiet mornings, pick up forgotten hobbies, and finally live on our own terms. But let's be honest, living alone also comes with its share of challenges. That's why today, I want to talk about something that could truly change your daily life for the better. We're going to explore the small but mighty tools, assistive devices, that can turn your home into a safer, smarter, and more comfortable place to live. Not for anyone else's benefit, but for yours. Now, this isn't about surrendering your independence, it's about empowering it. Because the truth is, real independence doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means having the right support in place, so you can do more of what you love with less stress, fewer risks, and greater peace of mind. Let me take you into the homes of people just like you who've made these changes and never looked back. Let's begin with something that often gets overlooked. Yet it's one of the most dangerous places in the home, the bathroom. You might not think twice about stepping into the shower or sitting on the toilet, but the truth is, bathrooms are responsible for a shocking number of falls each year. A simple slip on wet tile can turn into a life-altering injury. That's exactly why many older adults have started adding a few smart tools to make this space safer. Things like grab bars near the toilet or inside the shower, non-slip mats, and even raised toilet seats. One woman I spoke to, her name's Janet, installed a shower chair for her mother, who had started dreading her daily routine because of poor balance. The transformation was immediate. Her mom now showers without fear, and Janet sleeps better knowing her mother is safer. It's such a small addition, yet it changed their lives. And what makes these aids even better is how simple they are to install and how discreetly they blend into the bathroom. Speaking of falls, there's another device that has literally saved lives: fall detection and emergency response systems. I know, we've all seen the commercials. You know the one. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. But let me tell you something. Those systems are no joke. They've come a long way. From Life Alert to Philips Lifeline to Apple Watches, today's devices don't just wait for you to call for help. They automatically detect when you've fallen and contact emergency services right away. Take Bill, for example, a retired veteran in his 70s who lives alone and still loves gardening. One afternoon, he slipped on a hose in the backyard. His Apple Watch picked up the fall instantly and contacted paramedics. By the time his son arrived, help was already on the way. That's the kind of protection you deserve: immediate, responsive, and automatic. And many of these devices go beyond just detecting falls. They track your heart rate, monitor for irregularities, and pinpoint your exact location using GPS. Whether you're out walking your dog, running errands, or just getting the mail, you're never truly alone with one of these on your wrist. But safety isn't only about emergencies. It's also about small, everyday tasks. Let's talk about getting in and out of bed. For some people, mornings bring stiff joints, low energy, and just a touch of dread about how they're going to swing their legs out of bed without toppling over. That's where bed handles come in. Also called bed rails, these simple metal frames slide under your mattress and provide a stable handhold to help you sit up, stand, or even just shift position safely. I remember hearing from a lovely woman named Darlene, who's 79 and lives in Florida. After a hip replacement, she started using a bed handle and said it completely changed her mornings. "I don't feel helpless anymore," she told me. "I wake up, grab the rail, and I'm on my feet without a second thought." That kind of confidence is priceless. Some models even come with pockets for glasses, remotes, or your phone, so everything you need is within arm's reach. Now, if your home has stairs, you might be thinking, that's where I'm most vulnerable. And you wouldn't be wrong. Stairs can be a major hazard. But that doesn't mean you have to abandon your second floor or move to a one-story home. Chairlifts are a game changer. You sit down, press a button, and you're gently carried up or down the staircase without a single step. George, an 80-year-old grandfather from Ohio, hadn't visited his upstairs study in almost a year. I missed my books, my writing desk, my old record player, he told me. Once he had the chairlift installed, he said it was like getting part of his life back. Now I go up every afternoon, make a cup of tea, and just sit by the window. I feel like me again. There's something so beautiful in that. A piece of independence returned. And these lifts come with all the safety features you'd expect. Seat belts, swivel chairs, remote controls. They're designed for ease, security, and dignity. Of course, sometimes the challenge isn't about stairs or beds, but simply getting from the living room to the kitchen or taking a walk outside. Maybe you still love going to the park or the corner store, but you're finding it harder to walk long distances without stopping. That's where lightweight walkers or rollators come into play. But don't picture the clunky metal ones from decades ago. Today's models are sleek, foldable, and many even have built-in seats. Helen, whose granddaughter posted about her on Reddit, uses a red rollator with a little basket underneath and a seat she rests on whenever needed. She walks the neighborhood each morning, sits to catch her breath, then keeps going. It's like freedom on wheels, her granddaughter wrote. That's what it's about, making your world larger, not smaller. And if you're someone who enjoys a bit more of the great outdoors but doesn't need a full walker, let me introduce you to activator poles. They might look like trekking poles, but they're built specifically for seniors. They improve balance, posture, and reduce pressure on your joints. Carol, 74, is a hiking enthusiast who swears by them. She told me she feels more stable, her knees don't ache as much, and she's able to walk trails again with confidence. Plus, they come with shock-absorbing grips and adjustable height, making them incredibly user-friendly. You know, the beauty of all these devices isn't just in how they work, it's in how they make you feel. They don't take away your independence. They give it back to you, piece by piece. Whether it's standing tall in the shower, walking around your block, or simply reaching for the lamp beside your bed without fear of falling, every little action counts. And you deserve to do them with ease and dignity. So if you've ever caught yourself hesitating before stepping in the tub, before climbing the stairs, before heading out for a stroll, maybe it's time to give yourself the gift of support. Not because you're getting older, but because you're getting wiser. And wise people use the tools that make life better. There's something powerful about walking into your kitchen and knowing you can still whip up your favorite meal, whether it's a hearty beef stew or just a warm cup of tea, without worrying about accidents. But as we age, the kitchen can quietly become one of the most intimidating places in the house. Not because we've forgotten how to cook, but because our bodies might not move the way they used to. That's where kitchen safety gadgets come in, not to replace your skill or passion, but to support them. One of the most beloved tools among older adults is the automatic shutoff kettle. Imagine starting a pot of tea and not panicking halfway through a conversation, wondering, did I leave that on? That stress disappears with smart kettles that turn off on their own. Then there are tools like one-touch can openers. No more struggling with stiff hands or arthritis pain just to open a can of soup. And perhaps the real star of the show, the induction cooktop. It heats quickly but cools down almost instantly, dramatically lowering the risk of burns or kitchen fires. Linda, a 77-year-old retired chef from North Carolina, once told me that switching to induction was the best decision she made for her kitchen. It knows when I've forgotten to turn it off and turns itself off for me, she said, laughing. That alone gave me my confidence back. And the best part? These gadgets don't scream old person device. They look sleek, modern, and efficient, because that's exactly what they are. Of course, it's not just about cooking safely. It's also about being able to move through your home without constantly bending, twisting, or stretching in uncomfortable ways. Have you ever tried to grab something off a high shelf and felt your balance shift a little too much? Or dropped a sock and thought, maybe I'll just leave it there for now? That's where aluminum reachers come in. These lightweight tools help you pick up small items, grab a sweater from a hanger, or even pull the curtains closed, all without needing to strain or climb on anything. Frank, who's 80 and still fiercely independent, uses his reacher daily. It's not just for old folks, he joked. It's for smart folks. He uses it to grab everything from drop change to cereal boxes. Some even come with magnetic tips for picking up keys, coins, or paper clips. It's one of those tools you don't realize how much you needed until you have it. But what about the little things that are easy to forget? The medication doses, the appointments, the phone calls you promised to return? Let's face it, we all forget things now and then. But when you're living alone, some things just can't fall through the cracks. That's where reminder alarm clocks shine. These aren't your standard bedside clocks. They can be programmed to announce medication times, appointments, or even to remind you to eat lunch or call your daughter. Barbara, a sweet 76-year-old from Arizona, says her clock keeps her whole day on track. It tells me when it's time to take my pills and when it's time to call my son, she said. I feel like I've got a little assistant, but without the attitude. And many of these clocks have large, easy-to-read displays and clear audio, perfect for anyone with vision or hearing difficulties. Speaking of little assistants, have you ever talked to Alexa or Google Nest? These smart speakers might seem like a tech toy at first glance, but for many seniors, they've become indispensable companions. You can ask them the weather, play your favorite songs, remind you to take your medication, or even call a loved one, just with your voice. No more fumbling with buttons or remembering where you put the remote. Dorothy, an 82-year-old widow who lives in California, told me she uses her Alexa every day. She reminds me about everything, she said, and I never feel like I'm alone in the house anymore. And that's the thing. These devices do more than just talk. If you have smart bulbs, thermostats, or door locks, they can control them too. Imagine adjusting the room temperature or turning off the lights without getting out of your recliner. Now that's living smart. Now let's talk about something every single one of us has lost at least once. Keys, phones, glasses, the remote, you name it. Losing items isn't just frustrating, it can waste your time and shake your confidence. That's why locator devices like Tile or Apple AirTags are absolute lifesavers. You can attach them to anything, your purse, your keychain, your cane. Then, if it goes missing, just use your phone or smart speaker to make it beep or find its last known location. Ruth, a longtime user on Reddit, shared how she puts Tile trackers on her keys and glasses case. If they go missing, I just make them ring from my phone, she said. I haven't had a panic moment in months. And some models even allow a family member to check the location remotely, which can bring peace of mind to your loved ones too. Now let's walk into a cleaner, easier home together. And by that I mean, have you considered letting a robot clean your floors? Robotic vacuum cleaners are no longer the stuff of science fiction. They're everyday tools that quietly zip through your home, picking up dirt, dust, and pet hair while you sip your coffee or watch your favorite show. No pushing, no bending, no hauling a heavy vacuum across the room. Take the story of Ed, an 84-year-old widower who still enjoys hosting his grandchildren on weekends. He told me, "My Roomba keeps my place so clean, I don't worry about the kids crawling on the floor." What's even better is that the newer models can sense obstacles, avoid small items, and even mop in addition to vacuuming. You can schedule them to run at night or while you're out, and they'll return to their base to charge like a well-trained pet. It's one less thing to think about, and that kind of peace of mind is priceless. And then there's the joy of cooking safely. without all the what-ifs hanging over your head. Let's revisit that just for a moment. Not the tools this time, but what they represent. Because when you cook for yourself, you're not just making food. You're making a statement, I've still got it. And with these gadgets by your side, you absolutely do. Every device we've talked about today serves a bigger purpose than just solving a problem. They support your lifestyle, your routines, and your freedom. They don't take away your abilities. They protect them. They let you stay in your home longer, more comfortably, and with far less worry. Because at the end of the day, independence isn't about doing everything alone. It's about living fully, confidently, and safely on your own terms. When you live alone, the house becomes more than just a home. It's your sanctuary, your safe space, your private world. And it's the little comforts, the little touches that make all the difference. Like seeing a familiar face smiling back at you, even when the house is quiet. That's what makes digital photo frames such a blessing for so many older adults. These aren't your average picture frames. They're connected to Wi-Fi, which means your children, grandchildren, or friends can send new photos, and even short videos, right to your frame from anywhere in the world. You don't have to lift a finger. One day, it's a photo from your granddaughter's piano recital. The next, it's a quick video of your son waving hello from his backyard barbecue. Helen, a proud great-grandmother from Georgia, said the skylight frame her daughter gifted her was the most thoughtful present she'd ever received. "Every morning I pass by it and there's something new," she said. "It's like getting a hug from my family every day." And that's what it feels like: connection, closeness, love. Even across miles. But let's not forget, living alone also means being the only one to open the door when someone rings the bell. And that can be nerve-wracking. Especially in a world where strangers show up trying to sell things, push scams, or worse. That's where smart locks and video doorbells step in. Not just to keep you safe, but to give you control. Picture this. Someone knocks at your door. Instead of peeking through the curtain or hesitating, you glance at your phone and instantly see who's there. Whether it's a neighbor, a delivery person, or someone you don't recognize, you can choose to answer or not, without ever opening the door. Mildred, a 75-year-old living alone in New Jersey, said installing a Ring doorbell camera was one of the smartest choices she ever made. "I feel like I've got eyes on my porch at all times," she told me. "And if I don't know them, I just don't answer." Simple as that. Even better, many of these doorbells allow you to speak to the person through your phone without unlocking the door. You can even assign temporary digital codes for caregivers or cleaners to get in without needing a key, and you can revoke those codes anytime. It's not about being paranoid. It's about feeling confident, about answering the door on your terms. And confidence is everything, isn't it? Because when you feel secure, when your space works with you, not against you, you breathe easier, you move easier, you enjoy your day more. That's exactly why wireless TV headphones have become a quiet revolution for older adults with hearing challenges. Have you ever turned the TV up just a little too loud, only to have someone ask if you're watching a rocket launch? Or maybe you found yourself missing key dialogue, turning on the captions, rewinding again and again. It can be frustrating. But these headphones change that. Robert, an 82-year-old with a deep love for old westerns and jazz documentaries, swears by his wireless headphones. "Now I hear every word, every note," he said. "And my wife can nap in the next room without a complaint. The sound goes straight to your ears, no background noise, no shouting over commercials." And many models are compatible with hearing aids or have adjustable tone settings, so you can customize the experience to what works best for you. Sometimes it's not the big things. It's the small, quiet victories that restore joy to your routines. And that brings us to one more tool that often goes unnoticed, but can be incredibly powerful: the automatic pill dispenser. Taking medication can become tricky as we get older. Not because we forget who we are, but because the schedules get complex. The bottles all start to look alike, and the consequences of a mistake can be serious. That's why these devices are more than just organizers. They're protectors. You load them once, maybe with the help of a loved one or pharmacist, and they beep or unlock only at the correct time. You can't accidentally take the wrong dose. Some even send alerts to family if a dose is missed or let you know when it's time for a refill. Mary, a 79-year-old former school teacher, told me she used to feel overwhelmed by her overflowing medication drawer. "Now I just wait for the beep," she said. "It opens, I take it, and I know it's right." That kind of confidence can lift a weight off your shoulders. Living alone doesn't mean you're on your own. It means you're in charge, and every one of these devices gives you more freedom to enjoy that role. They don't just make your home smarter, they make your life simpler, safer, and richer. Whether it's technology that connects you to your family, helps you stay steady on your feet, or ensures your medication is taken correctly, these tools are the modern-day secret to aging gracefully, with strength and pride. And the truth is, you deserve all of that. You deserve to wake up in a home that works for you. You deserve to walk through your day with confidence and ease. You deserve to enjoy your hobbies, your favorite shows, your quiet moments, without interruptions from fear, strain, or stress. These aren't just products. They're companions in your journey. They're the invisible support that helps you keep doing what you love day after day. And now, you've met them. You've seen how others like you have woven them into their lives. And maybe, just maybe, you're starting to see how they could fit into yours, too. Let's take a quiet moment and imagine something together. It's early morning. The light is just starting to peek through the blinds. The floor is clean. Your body feels steady as you get out of bed. The kettle is warming safely on the counter. Music is playing softly through your smart speaker. Your day hasn't even started yet, and already you feel calm, safe, in control. That's the power of these simple tools we've been talking about. They don't change who you are. They honor who you've always been, capable, wise, resilient, and give you the support you need to stay that way. Because thriving in your golden years isn't about pretending you're still 40. It's about proudly living the life you've earned and using every resource available to make it better. Let's not overlook the smallest struggles that quietly chip away at joy. Like trying to remember if you've taken your pills, or wishing you could walk farther without stopping to catch your breath, or standing at the door, unsure whether you should open it, or sitting on the couch, frustrated you can't hear what your favorite actor just said on TV. Now imagine replacing those moments with calm, clarity, and confidence. That's what each of these devices brings into your home. Not just convenience, but dignity. And when you combine them, the effect is transformational. A bed handle gives you the steadiness to rise each morning. A smart speaker reminds you when to take your medications, then plays your favorite jazz album. A digital frame surprises you with a new picture of your granddaughter's graduation. And later, while your robotic vacuum keeps the floors tidy, your induction cooktop warms dinner safely, while you relax with a good book, knowing that if anything ever goes wrong, your fall detection device has you covered. That's not just aging in place. That's living on your own terms. And living alone doesn't have to mean loneliness. That frame on your table filled with family smiles. That voice assistant giving friendly reminders. That text from your daughter saying, "Hey Mom, I just uploaded new pictures to your skylight." These are moments of connection. Moments of presence. They matter. Even a simple locator tag on your cane or keys can erase stress from your day. Even a pill dispenser that beeps at the right time can keep your health stable. These are the quiet victories that make every day feel more manageable, more secure, more yours. George, who installed a chairlift to reclaim access to his upstairs reading nook, said something that stayed with me. He said, Getting older isn't what limits you. It's not adapting that does. And he's right. There's so much strength in adaptation, in knowing what tools to bring into your life, not because you're giving up, but because you're moving forward. You're not less independent when you use these devices. You're more independent, because they help you do more with less risk and less worry. They give you time back, energy back, freedom back. And if there's one message I hope stays with you from this entire conversation, it's this: you are not a burden. You are not broken. You are not falling behind. You are wise enough to know what you need, brave enough to say yes to support, and strong enough to shape your days however you choose. So don't let pride or fear stop you. Whether it's ordering a reacher for that top shelf, setting up a smart lock for your front door, or asking your grandson to help connect your new photo frame, these little actions build a life that works better for you. This isn't about surviving. It's about thriving. About embracing every tool, every device, every bit of help that lets you live fully, richly, and joyfully. And I want to say this clearly: there is absolutely nothing wrong with getting help. The smartest people in the world use the best tools available. That's what keeps them ahead. And you, my friend, are ahead of the game just by watching this. If this video brought you a new idea, or reminded you of something you've been meaning to do, don't wait. Take the next step. Talk to your family. Browse online. Visit your local store. Choose one device to start with and go from there. And if you've already been using some of these devices, share your story in the comments. Your experience might be the encouragement someone else needs today. Let's support each other. And before you go, if this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. It tells us you found value here. And if you'd like more content like this, practical, uplifting, and made just for you, hit that subscribe button and join us here at Strong Elderly Life. Because your journey matters, your safety matters, and your joy, every day of it, matters. Here's to steady steps, peaceful mornings, safe homes, and strong hearts. You've got this.